guess we're back.
Sadly, back in Virginia. No offense for y'all Virginia people.
All the offense. Take it all. Take any offense to it.
This man still has not moved his car.
Do what?
So that man still hasn't moved his car from the snow.
Probably won't. Did you get anything good to eat while you were home?
I ate a lot of Mexican food.
Nice. It's not too many. I mean, there's some good Mexican foods,
I
right?
ate a lot of Mexican food. Had some steak. No,
type
Philly
of steak?
cheesesteak. I had a Philly cheesesteak, I should say. I did have some steak, actually.
What type of steak?
Ribeye.
Is homemade or out somewhere?
Homemade.
Best.
I could have had some out because I think Sunday my parents went out Saturday they went out to Longhorn.
Yeah, I think I had so many home cooked meals. I got my mom a cookbook for Christmas.
Yeah.
And it's like the Southern recipes or whatever, Southern cookbook.
Mhm.
And so it had chocolate gravy in it.
Yeah.
And so she made chocolate gravy one morning for breakfast. Oh my goodness. It was like heaven.
Never heard of chocolate gravy.
Oh gosh, man. It was so good. It was really good, actually. Then, what else? My dad baked a country ham.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. That was really, really good. And then we had, I don't even know what else we had. Oh, we smoked he smoked a pig shoulder.
Yeah.
Had some, pulled pork. That was pretty good too. I ended up having that when some of my buddies came down. It was actually one of the better meals. I don't know, I like home cooked meals.
Yeah.
And it was nice to be back and have some good food and not, rubber from Moans. But
I ain't had none since I've been here, dog. Well, I had that one time I was helping you get everything set up outside.
yeah,
That was the only time. So once.
that doesn't count. Those are cold cuts that you had.
It was grilled cheese. Grilled cheese,
Okay.
some tater tots, and some fries.
What else? I don't know. The Moans today was alright. And it's rice and stuff. It wasn't too terrible. But yeah. Either way, yeah, we're back, guys. Welcome to episode 17. I think.
Entrance.
Yeah, 17. We're getting pretty close to episode 20. It's pretty great. Apparently liking and subscribing and leaving comments is still a thing, so do that. It'd be great. Yeah, I don't know. Let's hit some intro music and just dive into it. Chat about some cars and,
How you feel about TikTok being banned?
Ooh. So that's, yeah, okay, let's talk about that. Let's definitely talk about that. Let's hit some intro music, then we'll chat about that real quick.
I feel like that's a good thing, to be honest. I don't have no problem with it being banned.
Okay, so TikTok being banned. I really don't see the issue with TikTok being banned. I mean, we already have Instagram Reels.
Instagram Reels is
And
perfect.
YouTube Shorts is really starting to blow up and become a thing now.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook has always had its thing.
Yeah, it has Reels now.
So I don't see the problem with TikTok being banned. Especially, if the Chinese government's they definitely are, taking information and building their own database and stuff to use against us. Like, hey, that's not cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's going to affect a lot of people. I think overall it's going to be good for the majority of those people. But it will affect them.
I feel like it's going to be good for the youth.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And Mark Zuckerberg has been putting in, I don't know if you saw this, he was putting in some things about like limiting content and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're actually starting to censor things now, and it just seems like social media is starting to become something that, like, is what it should be, instead of just being a free-for-all for anybody to post whatever they want, whenever they want.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. we live in America. We can post and say whatever we want whenever we want for the most part, but you still got to be respectful, you know? So I guess if you want to say whatever, go over to X or Twitter or whatever it's called now.
Nah, Twitter crazy.
Because that seems to be the thing.
Twitter is insane.
Yeah, that's where anybody posts whatever they want. But yeah, no, I don't know. I think it's a good thing. It is going to affect the music industry big time.
I see that.
Because if you look at it, there are a lot of these artists that have just blown up just over, posting shorts, just TikToks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Posting themselves recording music or playing music, whether it's something, they spent hours editing, or whether they just sat there with a guitar or piano and just hit record, right? You've got all of these hundreds of thousands of artists that are starting to just blow up, right? Because of that.
Yeah.
Nowadays, with TikTok being banned, once that's gone, especially in the States, then it's like, okay, how do people discover these artists, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we have to revert back to YouTube and Instagram and things like that, which is fine by me, because that, as somebody in the music industry, that actually takes away one more player it takes away more competition, right? But two, the biggest thing is like, you don't have to worry about somebody else, some other company stealing your money and stuff, because all of these distributors and just anybody and everybody's always trying to make a profit, right? So that's just one less thing that you have to worry about. So that I actually kind of like a lot. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting for sure.
Another question.
Okay.
How you feel about Donald Trump when they changed the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America?
I don't know. I don't even know how I feel about that.
No, I saw a lot of comments and tweets about it.
I don't even know how I feel about that. I'm not gonna lie. What difference does it make, to be honest?
I feel like it should just stay the Gulf of Mexico, to be honest.
I think so. I think we should just leave things like that alone. There's not really a point in changing it.
Mm-hmm. And Joe Rogan, I think he said something on Twitter how he wants Mexico to join the states, be able to another state.
No. Oh my goodness.
They want Canada and Mexico to come in and join the states. I'm like,
I don't think that would work.
Nah, I don't think it would either.
I don't know. There's a lot of ideas with that. I don't know if
too much is going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I just stick to my own thing. Keep listening to music, eating new foods.
I ain't listening to music at all. I've been eating a lot of Mexican food.
So, what's your go-to Mexican dish?
I like the street tacos, but I usually get an ACP. It's really just chicken and rice. So, with a lot of queso on it. I love it. I get it all the time. I think I went to...
So the kids' meal.
Basically, I guess you could say, it's not really a kids' meal, but I guess you can. It has lunch and dinner. But I don't think I went there, a Mexican restaurant, twice in one day.
I don't even know that we went to a Mexican restaurant when I was home. I think we went to two. Yeah, we went to a couple.
Had some good home-cooked meals, some good steak. What else?
Most of the stuff that I ate was home-cooked, though, just because I think that's what I prefer.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents definitely prefer home-cooked. One, it's cheaper, and two, it's it's better for you.
Yeah, my parents are busy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. My mom retired, so I don't know. She has a little bit more time, I guess. I don't know. She still finds herself pretty busy, but yeah, I don't know. Have you tried any new foods though? That's the question.
I never had a dirt cake before.
Really?
But my mother always makes it, but I just never had it because I was just trying to stay away from sweets. So one night, middle of the night, I just said I'm gonna try it out, and it was pretty good. I liked it.
So my mom ended up making, oh my gosh, she made so many sweets while I was home. I was like, Mom, I'm trying not to eat this many sweets.
Oh yeah, I also had some chicken too.
That was good. We had homemade Rice Krispie treats, which we talked about on a couple podcasts ago. My brother stole them. He didn't. My mom made them for everybody to eat. It's the whole point in having, making food is to eat it. But either way, it just made me mad because I wanted more than what I got. So she made more. Oh, heaven. And then what else was it? Oh, she made like, she's been trying different things with like chocolates and fudge and stuff, and she made like the homemade chocolate pretzels and stuff.
Yeah.
It was really
White chocolate
good.
or like just
Both.
Oh, white chocolate pretzels are so good.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely my favorite types of pretzels. So
Yeah, I was very, very happy, and I wasn't hungry at all. Let's put it that way. I never went hungry. Oh, it's one of my best friends, Jason, back home. His mom made some kimchi and brought kimchi over, and I made some rice, and then we had my dad's country ham, so we had ham, rice, and kimchi for New Year's. Oh my goodness, her kimchi is like top tier, another level of good. It is great kimchi. Although this year, and she said it wasn't too, it just wasn't as spicy as it used to be.
yeah.
You know, but it was still really, really good. Yeah, kimchi is always a big, we like Korean food. I like a lot of foods, and that was something that I was talking to Bradley about last week, was that, like, I think the foreign foods, just for whatever reason.
Now, what would you rank your foreign foods at?
That's the question. Oh, I don't know.
Mexican food is definitely number one.
For you?
Mexican food is definitely number one for me. I don't care what anybody says. For me, yes. And then I'm gonna have Chinese. I mean, I guess you could say Chinese food, I guess, yeah. Or Japan. It all Japanese, it depends. Either one of those, one or two. I mean, two or three. Then, I don't know.
I would probably say Italian food first, because I like pastas a lot,
I can put Italian food
And
fourth.
Do what?
I'll put Italian at fourth. I can live with that.
Then after Italian, I'd probably go with either like the Japanese or Korean, Chinese food, that kind of stuff, right? With all the rice and stuff. And then third would have to be German, because of all of the meats, all of the different, the bratwurst and sausage, like all of the different sausages and stuff, and their breads and pretzels and stuff that they make. Ooh, after that, probably, I don't know if I would do Mexican or Indian. I don't know.
You're putting Mexican over Indian.
Go.
I don't care. You're putting Mexican over Indian.
I don't know.
Indian would be.
I like both. It really depends, though, because like true Mexican food, not like Tex-Mex stuff, but like true Mexican. I'm talking about like real stuff, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would prefer to have real Mexican food or real Indian food, because they're both, like, for me, that's when they're both very spicy, and I like that, and they're different types of spices, like they're natural spices, right? So I don't know. I think it would just depend on the day, really, on which one would go above the other when I rank them. That's a good question.
I mean, I don't know. I'm definitely putting Indian food dead last for all of mine.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I like the, what was it, butter chicken? Yeah, that's probably my favorite dish.
See, that's like, for me, I like the curry. I like curry dishes. And like tikka masala and things like that. I like the ones that are a little bit more spicy. That's just kind of where I'm at. Let's see. I don't know what other foods I would really go for. Definitely not the British. Not really a big fan of the British foods. Oh, man.
Had one of their biscuits today in one of their class. Well, I think my teacher's British. Because, like, she said, no, they're not cookies, but she calls them biscuits. So she gave us all a biscuit. And
wait, is this Dr. Greenspan?
I might be. Don't know her name.
History professor?
Yeah, we went straight into like the biscuit part. Like, we didn't even like greet each other, nothing. She just talked about biscuits as soon as we all sat down.
She's Canadian. If it's Dr. Greenspan,
yeah, she's Canadian. Yeah, she's Canadian because she was talking about Canada.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I was like,
yeah. Well, what else is there? I don't know. Okay, so we're talking about Mexican food, Spanish food. From Spain, like the Spanish, all of their different rices and shrimp and stuff. That's really good.
I love my rice.
What else is there that has like that kind of? I don't know. I think like on the lowest of my list, I'm probably gonna put things like Cambodian eggs and things like that. I hate that kind of stuff.
Never had it.
Not worth it. Probably some of the most disgusting foods out there.
Cambodian food?
What else is there that I really enjoy when it comes to different foods? Man, you like caught me off guard completely because I really don't know like what I would rank these foods at. I think the Italian and then, you know, the Japanese, Korean stuff. And then after that, definitely the German. But after that, it's all just kind of a blur. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with those for my top 3.
Top 3 is definitely Spanish food, Chinese food, or Japanese. Those are my top 3. But deep down, American food is definitely number 1. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's because
I live in America and all I eat is cheeseburgers.
I was about to say.
Bro, that's my go-to like meal right there. Burger and fries. Burger and fries. You can add some potatoes in there, some mashed potatoes or something like that in there too. I mean, I like my steaks, but something like I feel like I'm really picky about my steaks.
See, like,
it has to be perfect.
American food is one of those things where it's kind of adapted from other cultures, you know? And that's what Bradley and I were talking about last week. So it's like, it's one of those things, it's kind of it's just iffy, you know?
I mean, Hawaiian food's pretty good too.
Yeah, I like
I've been
Hawaiian
there.
food.
When I went to Hawaii, food was pretty good.
But see, that goes, the Hawaiian food is more into the Japanese food, you know?
And a lot of duck.
Duck's really good. Okay, I like duck. I'll go with that. Yeah, I don't think there's enough like duck here in the States.
I mean,
or at least not here in Virginia, that's for sure. What else is there? I don't know. What about okay. So when it comes down to food, you asked me what my favorite, you know, country's food, right?
Yeah.
What about cars? Where would you prefer, you know, what's the list of top countries for cars? That's a tough question.
Put Italian cars up there first.
Really? Why?
I don't know. I would have put German, but I do not like BMWs that much.
Okay, but I mean,
actually, I put American cars up there first. I love my Corvettes, my Mustangs. But then I like the Nissan GTR too. So I gotta think about the Japanese.
yeah, but I'm just saying as a whole,
As
not
a
like
whole?
specifics. Like, you know, we're talking about as a whole,
I
like
like-
each country.
Mhm.
What? you know.
American first, for sure.
Okay.
And then I guess I could put German up there next. Even though German engineering is kind of iffy sometimes.
What?
Hey man,
I don't know
I'm just saying
about
that.
that.
I'm just saying because of BMWs. I'm just saying that just because.
Okay, but you gotta.
I gotta put everything else in there though.
Hold on, but you gotta think about whether they're the BMWs made for America or the BMWs made over in other countries, because they don't drive front wheel BMWs over in Germany.
Yeah.
That's just not a thing, you know. So you
We also about
you gotta start like actually thinking about their engineering, because they.
So
do
we're talking about like
engineering
it's like
differently
built
for us.
over there instead of just built in America.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, then yeah.
not like things made for, but like their actual cars, you know, made for their
American,
countries.
German. Well, no, American, Japanese, then German, then Italian.
Okay. See, I would probably do it the opposite. I would do German, then American, then Italian, and then I would actually put the British over the Japanese. And the reason why, there's going to be a lot of hate for that, because, you know, British cars constantly break down and have issues, which is known. But the reason why is because of the luxury. You know, like Rolls-Royce, Bentley, you know, when you get into these kinds of Jaguar, you know, it's a Jag. Come on, you know, you gotta have that quality and that kind of luxury in a car you don't find anywhere else.
Yeah.
Us, you know, Americans have come close to it with Cadillac and Ford, even with Lincoln, but it's still just not the same, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I would put them, you know, in that position, that 4th spot. So I don't know.
What about you pick a car from each country, though? What would be your favorite car from each country?
My favorite car from each country?
Yes.
Okay, when it comes down to the Germans, my favorite is not necessarily what I think the best car is. So let's just
Yeah,
get
we're not talking about best, we're talking about favorites.
Okay.
Here. I don't want opinions.
Okay. My favorite car when it comes to German is obviously Porsche. I think Porsches are great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My favorite American car is...
Tough one.
Yeah, that is a tough one. I think it depends on if we're going modern or classic.
You can say anything.
Because I have 2 different answers for each, right?
You gotta choose your favorite, though. You gotta choose one, man. Now, I'm not letting you get the chance to pick it, too, though.
I don't know. I don't know. Because, I mean, it all comes down between the Corvette and the Shelby Cobra.
Mm-hmm.
So, what... That's a good question. Golly, you've got me stuck now. I don't know. I guess I would just go... probably just go with the Corvette. Just because of how well it's progressed over the years.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, you don't really have the Cobras anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go with the Corvettes.
Good answer, good answer.
And then for the Italian...
That's a long answer.
That one's another tough one. For the Italian, I would probably go for Ferrari.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have to be a little bit more specific.
Yep.
I would go with like the Ferrari GT, like some of the older Ferraris. You know, those are just some of my favorites, and I love Ferrari as a whole, and I think they have some of the better Italian cars. You know, but that specific, you know, some of like the 60s. You know, like the 60. I want to say like a 64, maybe something like that. You know, I like those older Ferraris better. And then for the British, I would have to go. Now this I could get very specific. I could even go into the color. So there are 2 cars that I really love.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Same one or like different?
They're different, but one I believe is the greatest car of all time.
Oh wow.
And the other, I believe, the other is my favorite, right? So my favorite is the Aston Martin DB4.
Okay.
You know, the James Bond, you know, that silver. Yeah. Now, I would prefer to have it in, there's a specific blue that they have, this like denim blue. That would be the color that I would want. But that's just, you know, that's my favorite.
Ain't that what Finland Missile is in cars too?
Yes. Absolutely. It's a slightly different blue than that because that one's a little bit too light. The color that they have, I think it's called denim blue, which is a color that they made, that Aston Martin made later. And they only made 1 car, I'm pretty sure, and it was like a DB11, I think. And it was for Daniel Craig because he liked blue jeans. And they ended up just like, he auctioned it off for charity and stuff. Okay, but that specific color blue on the old one would be my dream, right? That's my favorite. Then the car that I've repeatedly said is the greatest car in the world ever of all time.
You said this to me?
I don't know. I definitely said it on the podcast.
I don't think you said this to me either.
But this is what I believe the best car in the entire world, and it's a British car, and it goes back to the luxury. It even has it has great engineering, actually. The handling, the way it drives, everything about it is great. Would be the old Jags, and specifically the Jaguar E-Type.
Never told me that.
I believe that's the greatest car that was ever produced. And Enzo Ferrari said, you know, that it was the most beautiful car in the world and one of the greatest. I mean, it is one, you know, Jeremy Clarkson says that it's one of the greatest cars in the world. Like, it is just one of those cars that you have all of these, you know, all of these car legends, and they all agree this specific car it's just it's a gorgeous car. The layout, the design of it is beautiful. Everybody says that they drive really, really well. You know, the only issues with them is because it's a Jag, they have oil leaks.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the oil is just going to constantly leak, and you're bound to find some sort of wiring problem because it's a British car. You know, I mean, that's like,
makes sense.
It's like Land Rover. Any Land Rover is bound to have some sort of wiring or electrical issue because it's a British car. They're going to have electrical issues because they're Brits. They for whatever reason don't know, you know, how to wire things properly or whatnot. I don't know what their deal is, but that's just a common feature. Now, it's not to say that that's not fixable. Very fixable. You just, you know, place the wiring or whatever electrical component it is, and you never have to worry about it again, right? As if you replace it with something that's non-British. But it's like, you know, that car, the Jaguar E-Type, that is what created the Jag. You know, that is the all-time. I believe it's the greatest car. I would love to own one day. One day, I will probably own one.
Didn't we see a Jaguar when we went to Lynchburg the first time?
We saw an F-Type.
Yeah.
The new one or the old?
It was an old one you saw.
I don't know which one that was.
I don't remember. It was green.
Oh, that was like the XKE. I'm pretty sure is what it was. That was the convertible, right?
Yeah, it was convertible, yeah.
Oh, or was that the Mercedes?
No. The Jaguar was... Ooh, we saw too many cars.
We saw a lot of cars, because there was a yellow and a green, and I don't remember which one was the Mercedes and which one was the Jaguar. But, I mean, either way, it's that... It just depends, right? You know, when it comes down to it. But, like, that Jaguar E-Type is just, I will continue to say, it's the greatest. And they had the colors on those were just absolutely gorgeous. If you look up like the color codes that they had for those, for the years that they made the E-Type Jag, it is so ridiculous how many different colors they had. And they're all, like, they're fun colors too, you know? It's not just like, okay, like today's world, all we have are black, red. Red is like our only fun color. Silver, white, and maybe a blue every once in a while.
What's another color that you like see out there? That you said red was the fun color, but what's another color that you feel like would just make it pop?
Okay, so obviously like oranges pop. I personally love green in cars.
What type of green?
Ooh, I mean, it depends, right?
I like a dark olive green type.
I like a lot of, I like the dark greens, but I even like the olive drab, like that Vietnam green, right? I like those too on cars. It just depends. I just think any of the greens automatically just kind of stand out, right? Because you just don't see them today. Purple definitely stands out. Dodge has
I like a burgundy.
A few. Ooh, yeah. But see, that kind of falls more into the red, and that's common. What else is there that's not? Yellow. Yellow is big. Like, that used to be such a big color, especially in like older cars, like the 60s. I don't know how many different cars from the 60s had some version of like a Laffy Taffy yellow or a banana yellow or something like that. Like, that would be, Corvette had lots of yellows. Corvette still makes plenty of different colors. They're one of very few. So, I mean, when you have cars with lots of different colors, Corvette is one of the top. Then Lamborghini, obviously, has all kinds of
Mustang
different.
makes a variety
Mustang
of colors.
has several, but see, Mustang falls under that. Like, they're getting to be where you can only find
like black,
red, black, silver, white. Every once in a while, you'll see an orange and maybe a green or a blue.
Yeah.
But they just, they're starting to fall under that pattern with.
We're always talking about like the outside of cars. What about the interior for a car? What's interior that you like? If you could have your dream car, what would the interior be?
Okay, if I had my dream car, which I have many dream cars.
But we said the Jaguars.
If we're going for the Jag, right? there are
Color?
the three different exterior colors that I would want. Okay, would be in this order: blue, okay, like a royal blue.
Yep.
Then green, the dark olive green, and then red, like a scarlet red. You know, like kind of poppy but dark still, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, it would have to be kind of metallic-y. All three of those have to shine. They can't be, you know, too dark, right? They don't. It's an old car. They don't need to be matte. They need to pop, right? Then the interior, okay, for a blue, there are two different ways of going about this. I would either do like a light, like a cream interior, right?
I like cream. I see that. I see that.
With like, you know, your dark trim, your dark wooden trim, or like a not necessarily tan, like a dark, in between like a tan and a brown, you know, like that. It needs to be darker than tan, but not quite brown, almost like a mahogany kind of color, but not too dark, because mahogany can be really dark, right? Like an oak color, you know. That would be for an interior, and if you did that, then you have that really dark trim to go with it. And then obviously chrome. You gotta have chrome. I mean, that's gotta be your trim for the outside. It has to be true, you know, because it's a classic car. Classic cars need chrome. They don't need black. You know, with modern cars, I'm completely fine with, you know, doing the matte colors and blacking out wheels and things like that. But you can't do that on classic cars, you know. Very few classic cars look good doing that. Like a Shelby Cobra, that you could go without the chrome. I would prefer the chrome, but you know, you could black it out.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, that would be probably one of those, preferably with the blue exterior, and probably the cream interior would be more of what I would want, you know?
Yeah.
I like that kind of, you know, lighter. It lightens up the mood, because the outside is darker, so you need something to kind of contrast with what the outside is, but not too much. And cream colored interiors, like, I mean, this color is cream, right?
Yeah.
With a dark exterior color, that's gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous, you know? So yeah, I don't know, what about you? What's your dream car looking like?
Man, you know my favorite color, man. You know it's black. I don't like red cars. Like
Okay, but on what car?
my car?
Yeah, what's your dream car?
My dream car. I'll say, and this is probably gonna throw you off, but I always say my favorite car is the Nissan GTR.
Yeah.
Like, I do like my Corvette C6 01. I always want one of those. That's really nice. I get it all black, of course, black rims, everything, exterior black. And interior, I was
Red.
It would either be red or all black, just because I just like the color black. It just fits me perfectly. Now I could, or I would go with a white exterior.
Is that because you are black? Is that why, you know, it fits you perfectly? Is this like stereotyping now, or what are we doing with this?
Nah, brown, chop. Now I'd be, or if I did a red car, it'd be red exterior with like a dark cream, you know?
Ooh, yeah, okay.
That's something different.
That.
Yeah.
I could see that. That would be really cool. That on a classic.
Yeah.
Like if the classic Corvettes, like the C1s.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
See, that's
that
something
would
different.
Be so cool. I wonder if we can get in here to turn around.
I was sliding. Shoot, we're sliding.
Nah, I'm pretty good at this. Hey, that's why I drive a Lincoln. It's a little icy for our listeners. It's very icy. I just didn't want to be in that, the way of that truck. The question is, can we get out? Especially now that we're slipping and sliding all over the ice. Yes, we can get out. We have plenty of traction.
Small road.
Oh yeah, we got it. We got it.
You know, for a Nissan GTR, it's definitely just gonna be all black, red interior.
Okay, but that one would be the red interior.
Yeah, but
would you do like?
I would do all black, and then like all black inside too, with like some red stitching or like some white stitching. Just
I was
have
about to say, because there's a Porsche. Now they do it the no, I think so. They have two different versions. the Porsche GT3 RS.
Yeah.
They had one that had like the carbon look on the outside that was red. It was like scarlet red. And then on the interior, it had black with the red accents, right? It had the steering wheel, I think even part of the steering wheel was red. Or the whole steering wheel was red, and then everything else was black with red stitching and things like that. Then there was another version that I saw, and I think it may have been a GT4. It may have been the RS, it may not have been. I'm not really sure on that.
I would say if I had to go with a classic car, it would probably be a 1969 Camaro.
Ooh.
But it would, I don't know how I feel, like, because we've seen Batman, man. And
I know,
I'm going with that. I'm going with that. It's going to be all black.
That one has to be all black.
It has to be all
Batman. Black. Yeah, I was about to say that one. Okay, you can't really stereotype with that one because that one.
It's just going to have to be all black.
That's got to be Batman, you know? Actually, I found out this year, I think, like earlier this summer, I was talking to my dad about this. Did you know that the original Batmobile, from like the whatever 60s or whatever, the car, not the cartoon but the live action TV show, that was actually a Lincoln.
A Lincoln?
It was a Lincoln. So I guess I'm Batman. I drive a Lincoln. That or I'm Bruce Wayne. You know?
I didn't think it was a Lincoln.
Yeah, it was like, I don't want to say it was Lincoln like Futura or I don't know what it was. It was some weird Lincoln. I don't know. We could probably look it up or something.
First Batman.
Yeah, it was really cool. I had no idea. It was either like the first or second. You know, it was one of the older Batman, but it was a Lincoln. And I was like, what in the world? So, all I have to say is I'm Batman.
I do want a 1969 Camaro though. Those are really nice.
Yeah.
That's the Camaro I want. Not no new generation Camaro. The older one.
Okay, I don't really like the new Camaros.
I mean, it depends on what we're talking about.
I don't know.
I thought they all look the same in the inside.
Yeah. Well,
from 2010 to like 2025, they all look the same still.
There's nothing that's changed. And like, they can't, like, look, Porsche's done it to where, you know, they're basically a glorified Volkswagen. But they've had the same body style for pretty much all of their cars since the beginning of Porsche, right? But they've been able to pull it off. Camaro just, you know, Chevrolet hasn't been able to do that with Camaro. For whatever reason, I just want to drive a Porsche.
I just want to drive a Porsche GT3 RS so bad, just because the handling is so well, and the acceleration, and the sound of the acceleration in that car is just amazing.
That would be awesome. If I had one of those,
you'd never see me.
No,
I'm always on the road.
I would probably just take it out to a track just so I'm finding a
track with some smooth curves.
Really let loose. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't, like, first off, you know, even if you were to speed, which we're not promoting speeding, you shouldn't speed. But
I say I don't do it.
You know, if you were speeding, it still wouldn't be any fun on a normal road like that. You know, like
I need to take it on like a curved back road.
Yeah,
like
that would be fun.
At school.
But that's a little bit different but still then when you do that, you're cruising. You're not like, you know, going all out. So I think it would be fun on a road if you're taking it out, you know, on back roads or whatnot, just cruising. But you can't really. There's no point in trying to race it. You know, even though it does go fast with a car like that, with the Porsche GT3 RS, there's no reason to go fast on a road. You know, a track.
Go for the track.
Taking that bad boy on a track would be crazy.
I don't even like going on straightaways. I just like the curves. I like going around curves. The thrill.
I would love to see how, like, to just take a few laps around the Nürburgring in a Porsche GT3 RS. Now, I would be terrified the entire time that I'm going to die.
I don't know.
There wouldn't be I'd have to do it by myself without anybody else on the track. You know?
I
couldn't actually be racing. But yeah.
I like going fast. I don't get scared unless somebody else is driving.
I don't know. Never been scared when I'm driving.
You don't drive fast enough, man. You don't drive crazy enough.
But either way, I don't know. That's not really that fast.
No. I think like the fastest I've ever been is probably like one. Not the fastest I drove, but like the fastest I've been in the car was probably like 160.
Oh my gosh.
I just went over 200 miles per hour. So it's like that's all.
Yeah, I would love to just go out on a track and take like
I'm trying to beat up
a
people.
supercar and just see, you know, how fast, or like one of those, you know, those hyper cars that are, you know, hybrids and whatnot. Like
I also would like to take out an Aston Martin Valkyrie. I like to take that out on the road,
my
like
gosh.
on a track. That is amazing.
Would be cool.
That's amazing.
That would be really cool. Okay, would you rather do the Valkyrie or the Vulcan? Because the Vulcan isn't even really road legal.
The Valkyrie, that thing just sounds insane. It don't even sound real. It's like an F1 car.
It's built like an F1 car. I'm surprised it's technically not an F1. I'm surprised you can actually drive it on the road too.
Yeah.
That's what was like crazy to me. Because the Vulcan looks like it could be a road car, right? But you can't drive it on the road. It's not road legal, or at least it's not here in the States. Yeah. It probably is
Another
overseas.
Another car I want to drive is the Ferrari 599XX. That thing is not road legal, but it's so nice. It's meant for the track.
See, if I get a Ferrari, the Ferrari would have to be something
classic.
Like, yeah. Like, I love new Ferraris, don't get me wrong. But it would be... A Ferrari for me would just be something just for me to enjoy, like as a cruiser. Yeah, it would just be a luxurious car. It wouldn't be anything too crazy, you know? Man, these people passed me and I'm doing the speed limit.
Yeah, passing on a curve, it's kind of double.
Yeah, a little dangerous. Not supposed to. Whatever.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah, a Ferrari for me, like if I had a Ferrari, it's not really it's for me more of a luxury thing. It's a, hey, I was able to work hard enough in life to be able to afford a Ferrari and the insurance on Ferrari, so I would just get something to cruise in.
Well, a car that we haven't talked about, I mean, cars that, like McLarens. I mean, we're not really big McLaren fans. I mean, that's what Tyler. That's what Tyler.
Okay, I like McLarens, but I'm not like
really
the biggest fan. Yeah.
I'm not gonna go out my way and say, oh my gosh, I want it.
No, that's just not my thing. It's not that they're bad cars, but they're just not. I don't think they hold up and compare to some of the other cars in their class. You know, I just don't see the comparison. But I guess
it's not a Ferrari, man. It's not a Porsche.
It's not a Ferrari. It's not a Porsche. It's not even the Aston Martin. I would much rather have the Valkyrie.
I have a Valkyrie than
over a McLaren. Yeah.
Any day.
Okay, you know what car I don't know that we've really ever talked about on the podcast? A Bugatti.
I don't care about them sport cars.
You don't really?
It's just, I don't know, it's just, I mean, they can get up to speed and all that. I mean,
what do you mean get up to speed? Bugatti, Chiron, and Veyron.
Okay, but like they take a while though. They're not like.
They had like they were the fastest cars in the world.
Acceleration though is not there though. Like you line it up with a Porsche GT3 RS.
Okay.
Porsche it's gonna outbeat it. It's not like you racing forever, like a straight, like 100 miles. Then of course it's gonna beat you. But if you're doing like 100 meters or something like that.
Yeah, but that's just drag race. I'm talking about like just overall.
Overall, I mean, it's a nice car.
I think they're pretty cool. I saw a video the other day.
I'll take a Tony Sig over a Bugatti.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting. So when it comes to supercars like that,
I like my Tony Sigs.
Would that be the top supercar or what?
What, Tony Sig?
Yeah, for you. What would be your top? Interesting.
Because Tony Sig is like, I think it's a Tony Sig. Yeah, I think it is a Tony Sig, yeah. That's like the way they're built. I mean, they're fast too. I think ain't they like the fastest car to drive backwards too?
They were for a little while.
I think they just set the record. It's like 100 and some miles per hour. Driving backwards, it's insane.
Gee whiz.
Putting that thing in reverse and doing 100.
I just learned something new about you. Yeah, they're doing like a tow mater thing. I had no idea that you were a Koenigsegg guy. When it comes to that, I don't know if Rimac is pretty good, but they're electric.
Yeah.
You know? But, I mean, still, they're great for electric, for being supercars.
What else they got that's hyper?
Shoot,
What was that one car that was in Fast and Furious 7? That hyper sport car.
Idea.
When they was jumping through the buildings with it.
I don't even remember that movie. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know if I've actually seen the 7th one. Yeah. There are so many of those movies.
But anyway, that car's nice too. I think it's a hyper sport car, it's electric. I don't care, that thing's still nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I would probably, I don't know if I would go with the Koenigsegg or the Bugatti. I think it would have to be one of those things where I would have to drive them to see which one I like. My biggest deal, while I think the Rimac would be one of my favorites, because it's electric, it's a little bit scarier. Because like if you crash in it, there's so many more things that can go wrong because it's, you know, fully electric.
Yeah.
And it will just continue to catch on fire.
I'd like to see a Tesla roadster. I know you don't like Teslas, but I'd like to see a Tesla roadster. I just want to see how fast that thing can go.
Look, here's my.
It says it can go to 250 miles per hour.
It's not that I don't dislike Tesla, right? So obviously I do dislike them some, but they have their place. My thing is like when it comes to electric cars, I just don't know that they're the top when it comes to it. Like Elon Musk could easily make Tesla much better, but he just hasn't. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like how it looks.
You do like?
I don't like how it looks. Like
I don't like them either. I think they look like.
If he can make it look better, yeah.
Like I don't know. I honestly don't understand why we just don't bring back the minivan. You know, like it's this. Like. It's a similar look, but it's like a minivan look better in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. So
I was supposed to say made vans as Teslas. To be honest,
have they not?
I mean, they built like it. I don't see none.
The Cybertruck's essentially one. I don't really care for Cybertrucks either. Like they just don't seem like trucks to me.
I just want to drive one. See how it is.
I have driven a couple different Teslas. I've driven a Tesla Plaid. They accelerate. They have some crazy acceleration.
Right? Mustang Mach-E has a crazy acceleration too.
Yeah, but it's like
insane.
When it comes down to it, I'd much rather have something. If you know, if I'm racing and accelerating, what fun is it to sit there and just in silence just go? You know, like the part of racing is being able to hear all of the sounds and, you know, just listen to the kind of thunder that your exhaust and engine is putting out, right?
Yeah.
That's just part of the fun. So, I don't know, man. That kind of, that's a toss-up there, you know?
Meeting somebody in a fancy way, in a silent way.
Yeah. They're so quiet, though.
I wouldn't know how to feel if I got beat by a car that hadn't made no noise. Probably scream.
Well, I don't know. The other thing is, like, while they're really, really fast, once they get up to speed, they're done.
Yeah.
So, like, you'll easily get lapped. And, like, you know, somebody, maybe not lapped, but somebody's going to pass you pretty quickly. Because, you know, you have these gasoline, you know, these petrol vehicles that are going to catch up to you. Maybe be, like, a second or a few milliseconds behind. But once they catch up to you, you've got nothing else to give. They can keep pushing just enough to be able to, you know, outdo you in a Tesla.
What's your favorite hybrid car? And there's only one answer.
Car?
Yeah, it's only one answer, dog. There's only one answer.
I don't even know. I really don't know because I haven't really looked into hybrids.
I mean, it doesn't have to be fully electric, but it's like it can be a little electric. You know, it can like have like 30 miles of electricity on it.
Well,
there's only one answer, dog.
So that depends on what you mean by hybrid, because does it need to be a plug-in hybrid or a hybrid where, you know, it uses all of the energy while driving to create, or you know, uses like braking and stuff to create energy to keep your car going.
Say if like you run out of gas, like you use like electricity, like 30 miles of electricity on it.
I have no idea then.
There's no one answer.
I really don't. What is the answer? Because I don't know. I don't drive.
You know what it is, dog.
I don't.
It's a Corvette, man. It's a Corvette E-Ray.
But that's not really.
It kind of is.
That's not how that works. But the Corvette E-Ray, that hybrid is the motor. The electric motor in it is really only to power the drivetrain. That's all it is.
But it still has 30 miles of electricity. I think it's like 30. It might be more.
I don't know, man. Like, when I think about that as a hybrid, that's really for racing. The reason why they put that in there, in my mind, is to be able to give it more torque so that it can take off like a Tesla, like all of the, or a Lucid, or Rimac, or whatever kind of electric vehicle you want to say, right? So it takes off like an electric vehicle.
It's kind of like that for
But then it has the gas, you know, an actual gasoline petrol engine to push, and it works better that way.
It's kind of like that Ferrari we talked about a couple episodes back.
Oh yeah.
I drive.
Then I don't know what other. I don't even know, man. That's not what I would consider. Like when I was thinking of like Honda Civics and stuff, and I was like, what are you
I like
talking
Honda
about?
Civics now. I drove my friend's 2025 Honda Civic.
Alfa Romeo actually has some cool hybrids.
I would never drive Alfa Romeo.
What? Okay.
I don't think they're all that. I don't think they're all that.
Let me say this. I truly don't know that you can be a car guy.
I don't think they're all that. No.
Without like being able to appreciate an Alfa Romeo.
Everybody, they're overrated. That's why I don't like them, because they're overrated.
Okay. But you still gotta appreciate. It's like
I
the
appreciate
Beatles.
them, but they're
the
overrated.
Beatles have been around for so long, and their music is like it's really, really great music, and they help shape the music industry. So you gotta appreciate them.
Yeah.
Even if they are, kind of overrated, because, they were the original. They created rock music and all this other stuff, right? Or helped influence it at least.
Hold on.
Well, good folks, we're gonna head back and eat and probably go to the gym.
Alright, this is too important.
Thank you for tuning in, and before our camera falls, ciao.
It's gonna fall.
Yeah.
Dang!
Ciao, good peoples. We'll see y'all later. Tune in next week. Leave a comment on what country has the best car.
Things hanging on by a thread.
And makes the best cars, and what car in that country you think is the best. Ciao, peoples.
Adios.